Good evening, everyone. Everybody hear me all right? All right, welcome. I'd like to welcome you to our annual State of the City. I'm Brad McClory, Area President of Midwest Regional Bank and the Board President of the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. Thank you all for coming out tonight. We're excited to host this annual event once again. Also want to say thank you to Armstrong Teasdale for offering us this wonderful space year over year to host this event. And hopefully I enjoyed mingling with some of you out there and having some drinks. So hopefully everyone had a nice time getting to catch up with everyone as we prepare for the spring season here. I think we got a little bit of rain out there. It's going to make everything nice and green. Wanted to share a few upcoming highlights about the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. As you may know, we put on a lot of different events. One of our upcoming events is a annual bowling event at Tropicana Lanes on March 6th or March 15th, and our annual business awards dinner that's going to be held on April 24th at the Ritz-Carlton. It's a really great event. A lot of fun to have everybody out networking, cocktail hour beforehand, plated dinner, and we also get to recognize our awardees at the event, which include Emily Cantwell, who's going to be the Business Person of the Year, Herbies as the Excellence in Retail and Service for the year, and Perimeter Solutions as our Innovator Award. So we're excited to honor them, and hopefully we'll see some of you out there. You can go to the Chamber website and register for the event or any other upcoming events for the year. As far as the programming tonight, I get the honor of introducing our mayor, Michelle Harris. And for those of you that don't know, Michelle is a 30-year resident of the Clayton City and began serving as mayor in April of 2019 following 11 years of service as alderman. She's the president of Metro Mayors, a group comprised of cities in the area over 10,000 in population, and is the incoming president of the St. Louis County Municipal League. Her professional background is in business world with 18 years at Nestle and DuPont, as well as 10 years with her own consulting firm. Michelle has always been involved in the community and in community efforts and is currently on the board, a board member of the Metropolitan Zoological Park and Museum District and the St. Louis County Municipal League, as well as having been one of the founding board members of the Shakespeare Festival and the Clayton Century Foundation. She has, of course, served on many other boards and commissions within the city, and she is passionate about the Clayton region Clayton City and the region as a whole. So without further ado, I'll let Mayor Harris come up here and tell us about the state of the city.
Thank you. Thank you, Brad. Everybody can hear me, right? In the back? Okay, very good. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Pretty well done. I won't make you do it again. Yeah, I'm really glad to be here. And again, I can't help but recall a few years ago. Oh, hi, Ira. I hadn't seen you yet. A few years ago when we couldn't meet. So it's really still seemed very special to me to be able to gather like this. And so appreciate you all turning out for this, really do. I want to do a couple of thank yous, just not to be repetitive, but thanking the chamber for putting this on every year and doing such a great job. You and your teams, Ellen Gale, who is in New Zealand right now with a group, is not here, but Mary Ellen Tobin is here, and of course the rest of your team is helping out. So appreciate you guys so much. And then also, of course, Armstrong Teasdale, who's loaned us this beautiful space year after year. And what could be more special? And also their crack tech team, which has been very helpful to me over the past couple of days. So thank you. Thank you. And also a couple of special guests that are here. First of all, Paul Hampel from St. Louis County. There he is. Paul, I know you'll take notes and review all of this with Sam tomorrow, right? Yeah, okay. Also, the amazing Pat Kelly. Where are you, Pat? There he is. Stand up. Pat Kelly is one of the most incredible individuals I have ever met. He is the head or the executive director of the St. Louis County Municipal League, which represents all 88 or, yeah, I mean, 84 now, 84 municipalities in the county, which is a big, big job. He does it really well, and he's become sort of the unofficial spokesperson for all of us, fighting for us and our needs in Jeff City, which is a big, big lift. So thank you. Thank you. Want to recognize Ed Goldberg, is the CEO of Perimeter. There he is. They're one of our highlighted businesses today. And also, I do want to also recognize Judy Goodman. Judy, if you just kind of, you don't have to stand, but just wave. She's got a broken knee. Yeah. Yeah, Judy is a very special person. She's a good friend, but also was an alderman with me for many years, and is really the founder of the Clayton Community Foundation, and has just done so much for the city of Clayton, really. So we really appreciate you, and you being here gives me a good chance to plug CCF. So thank you. Okay, so now I can dig in. I will start by making some introductions. The first group of introductions I would like to make is our Board of Aldermen. And board members, if you would please stand when I mention your name, because I want everybody to get a good look at you. So if they have a complaint, they know who to call. Right now, they just see me. Okay. All right, so our small city is divided into 3 wards. So and from east to west, I'll just go by ward. So in Ward 1, we have Rich Lintz and Becky Patel. And why don't I go ahead and show the pictures? There we are. And then Ward 2, we have Ira Berkowitz and Susan Buse. In Ward 3, Bridget McAndrew and Gary Fader. I would love to tell you that these guys are just a great team to work with. It's very rewarding to work with them week in and week out. They work hard for the city of Clayton. It's truly an honor to be with you guys, and I appreciate you for all you do. Thank you. All right, on to our city staff. I'm just going to go down the rows here, and it'll take a while. But anyway, as I do, would you all please stand as well so people can identify you and get to know you. I'll start with our city manager, Mr. David Gibson. Our amazing city clerk, June Frazier. Our Director of Economic Development, Gary Carter. Our Fire Chief, Ernie Rhodes. Our Director of Parks and Recreation, Tony Searing. Police Chief, Chief Mark Smith. Hopefully you guys don't see him too often. Our Assistant City Manager, Andrea Muskoff. Communications Manager, Gabby Macaluso. Director of Finance, Karen Dilber. Director of Technology Services, Larry Hovey. Covey, I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. Director of Planning and Development Services, Anna Crane. And finally, our Director of Public Works, Matt Malik. There he is. In my role as mayor, and I heard I've been involved in the region somewhat, I travel around to different cities, and I meet other mayors, but I also meet some of their staff members. I see what's going on in their cities to a certain extent. And I want to tell you, and I'm not kidding, not exaggerating, we have the best of the best. Our team is the best in the region. And maybe there's some other teams that are as good, but nobody better. And they work very hard every day. Right now, they're doing a lot more with a lot less. for various reasons. And I just think that, you guys, we want to, we owe them a lot of gratitude for the hard work that they do every single day and sometimes weekends. And I thought maybe I would share with you, since you may not know exactly what they do and the extent of it, just a few little details. So our Public Works and our Parks group are responsible for a lot in the city of Clayton, and a lot of the stuff that we use every single day. Over 100 miles of roads, over 60 miles of sidewalks, over 12,000 trees, over 80 acres of parks. And the amazing thing is they do it sustainably. I'm sure you don't know this, and I didn't know this until not too long ago, but they actually, through their sustainable methods, divert at least 35,000 pounds of waste from landfills averagely every year. And that is really something to be proud of in Clayton. Applaud whenever you want, it's good. And then public safety is not to be outdone, right, guys? So our teams are very dedicated, of course, and for both fire and police, they're responding to a lot of calls. The fire about 5,000 calls a year averagely, and for police responding to about 20,000 calls averagely per year. That's a lot, right? And still they find time to be some of the best trained, again, in the region, even in the country. They are collaborating all the time with other municipalities around us. You can see in this picture where they helped out with the flood that happened. Was that like a year ago or? Yeah. And they went, and that's where the dog rescue, right? Yeah. So they're constantly helping and working together with other cities. In addition to that, our fire chief is on the FEMA Urban Search and Rescue Team and travels the nation at various times as a leader for various teams, coordinating these searches and rescues, which is we're very proud to be able to do that. And also our officers have been participating in something called the Major Case Squad for years, since it was conceived. And that was in the 60s. Yes. And so these are the people that solve the really brutal, horrible crimes, murder and other things. And so we have been working hard and contributing to that team for a long time. So thank you, Chief, for doing that. So I know that we talked a lot in cocktails and whatever. We've had some tough years, but things are coming back slowly. They're coming back. And, we're thrilled, and I'm sure you are thrilled too, to see our restaurants come alive again. We've had some new restaurants opening, which is great. We can say, hotels are coming back. We're getting some new hotels, of course, but hotels are moving a little slower in a rebound. They really are depending more on business travel. And so that's a little bit slower to come back. So please have your people travel, but have people travel to you, stay in our hotels, help revitalize business travel. And then I wanted to mention that we have streamlined our events dramatically, pretty much, because of cutbacks. But the ones that we do are very, very strong. I know that we had a great season opener for soccer just recently. I heard that it went really, really well attended. We also are doing still our jazz festival, our wine and music festival, and of course we strongly support the art fair, the St. Louis Art Fair. All these events honestly bring thousands of people into our community, and that's what we need to go buy jewelry, support our other businesses and restaurants. And so the more we can provide successful gathering events for the community and also diverse events, it's a good thing. And pardon me, but my nose likes to drip. And not to leave out our health and fitness facilities, but we have a newly renovated Center of Clayton. It is top drawer, right, Tony? If you haven't checked it out, you should. We have this thing called corporate memberships, which you should really check out. But the memberships are coming back much stronger than before, and also classes are filling up. And so we're very excited to see people out and about and getting healthy again. So this all sounds really good, right? We're rebounding, restaurants, hotels, our fitness center. But I wouldn't be being completely honest with you if I didn't tell you that we are still in a recovery mode as a city. You know, we did have a huge gut punch during COVID because we are so hospitality based. We are still recovering from that. Costs are rising faster than our increasing revenues can keep up with. So we're going to be battling that for a while, but we've got the team here that's going to do it and keep Clayton running really smoothly, so, and providing all the services that you have come to count on. And in spite of all of the potential negatives that you might see out there, we are very optimistic. We are planning for the future. And so we are going to be doing a lot of planning this year in terms of, we're doing a comprehensive plan, which is sort of about land use in the city and where's it going to go from here, and citywide, not just downtown. We are doing a Parks and Recreation master plan, trying to understand what are the activities of the future, what do people want to be doing, how can we best be prepared for that, and also a bikes and pedestrian plan. And we will evaluate our wonderful bike lane during that planning process, just so you don't have to ask about it later. So on the positive side, investment in Clayton is still really, really strong in terms of commercial development, and we are really grateful for that. It's exciting to have all these new projects, and they, of course, provide benefits for Clayton. I'm just going to run through them real quick so you can get a description of what's going on. And if you have questions about them, some of the representatives are here, but we can save questions for the very end on these. All right, the first one I want to mention is Bemiston Place. There's going to be a beautiful apartment building at the corner of Central and Maryland. And you can see that it's coming out of the ground now, which is wonderful. And I think it should be finished late this year. The AC Hotel, where our police station used to be, is out of the ground as well. You can see the elevator shaft there. It's exciting too, and it's going to be a nice boutique hotel down there near the Metrolink garage, and I think will really be a great benefit to the city. The Forsyth Curve, I think you all know what I'm talking about when I say that. Forsyth Curve has been vacant. I'm 15 years. I'm not sure, but it's been so long, and people have been, waiting and asking me unabated, when are we going to get something going there? And finally, we have it. We have a couple of developments happening. This condo development on the sort of what I would call the outside of the curve, where kind of the side where Straub's is. And then we also have this wonderful new Marriott Residence Inn going up, and we're excited about that. That is nearly open. In fact, I think you just told me it is open. Is it open? Okay, it opened yesterday. So this is great news for Clayton. And we have they sent me a little video to share with you, so I'm going to play that now.
Welcome to the first new hotel built in Clayton in 30 years. From funding hurdles to small construction footprint, labor shortages, and supply chain delays. Welcome to turning challenges into opportunities. When no other projects were started, the team at Midas found a way. Originally designed to be modular, but the pandemic slowed delivery, we pivoted to a post-tension concrete structure and a fully custom-finished 12-story hotel. When the city wanted to curve along Forsyth, we added suites with splendid views of Shaw Park. Welcome to the best happy hours. Welcome to impressive meeting space, to spacious suites. Welcome to a ballroom built for your memories. On behalf of Midas Enterprises, Welcome to the Residence Inn, Clayton.
Okay, very nice. We're excited. There's more. Here's a couple of office towers known as Forsyth Point. Beautiful office towers that are really just nearly complete. I think they'll be occupied sometime over the next few months. And I'm excited to go inside and see what this is all about. And also excited to find out what exactly they're going to provide for us along the street. I think they've set themselves some high goals for that, and we're looking forward to those places, whatever they may be, opening. One of them, though, will be First Watch. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's coming back pretty much in its former original footprint. So that's great. They sent a video too. So it's more of a time lapse video, which is always fun to see. So we're going to play that now. Very good. Okay. Yeah, you can applaud. It's great. All of these projects together that I've just told you about are worth about $500 million. That's with a B. You know, we couldn't be more thrilled as a city. We know our residents are glad too. It's going to provide so much in benefit to our community. The benefits of development like this are many, of course. The first one, or most obvious, being just financial. So whenever a new property is developed, usually the property value increases because of it, and it provides some incremental property tax revenue to the city. This is kind of the rundown for what these projects will provide. So this altogether amounts to about $500,000 annually, which is great and a lot. It's not as much as you would think, though, I bet. But it's still, we won't turn it down, right? It's great. Now, David Robert has a different idea about that. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So, but the other benefits are really less tangible. Those are about the increased vitality that these new apartments, new hotels, and in the case of Forsyth Point, new offices will bring, and providing, a much more robust market for our businesses and shops that are already here in Clayton. And this, of course, is something that we really, really want. And people in Clayton love their unique retailers, and we want them to stay in business. So this should really help boost them forward. Clayton is it's really an economic driver for the region. It's an economic driver even for the state of Missouri. And, we are that because we are home to a number of large corporations. We are also home to many small businesses and small shops and unique shops and restaurants and hotels. But also we are home to some innovators. And all cities need innovation to keep thriving. And that's got to be part of the growth cycle. And of course, many come to mind when you think about Clayton, but three sort of stood out to me as I was preparing my remarks for today. The first one was CareVet, really interesting business that brings together veterinary offices from all over the country and really builds a backdoor system for them, or a back office system for them, and creates a whole teamwork approach for them. They call it their whole team approach, is what they call it, and it's really unique in the industry. There are really a lot of great benefits, and it's different from a typical veterinary office. And the second one I wanted to mention is, of course, Varsity Tutors. Talk about an innovator. Since 2007, they have just been bringing one new technology to our world after another. And I can tell you, as a parent, We called Varsity Tutors Mini an afternoon about a final the next day. They have the people and the staff ready in over 3,000 subjects. It's really quite remarkable. And that's a Clayton guy through and through, went to Clayton High School as well. Lastly, I'll mention Perimeter, and Ed Goldberg is here. It's an amazing company, saving lives all the time. That's their mission through their products for firefighting. And I wanted to mention that they are the first company to have a products recognized by the U.S. Forestry Service for use in fighting fires from the air. Would that be correctly stated? Yeah, good. All right, so it's really, really great that we have these folks in Clayton. They can energize us all. I wanted to, though, let you hear from them about why they decided to bring their innovation and their headquarters to Clayton. Okay. That wasn't the slide I had in mind. There we go.
Hello, welcome to CareVet. My name is Greg Seawalk. I'm the co-founder and CEO of CareVet. We are a veterinary hospital network. We have about 180 veterinary hospitals across the United States. We're in about 38 different states. We have about 3,000 team members at our veterinary hospitals. And as I mentioned, this is our corporate home headquarters. We've been in business for about 4.5 years, and we chose Clayton because it's such an important part of what we do. As you may know, we are a service industry, so we are taking care of our individuals through our people. And it's so important that we're able to recruit and retain the very best talent in our community to help serve our hospitals, their clients, and their pets. And being here in Clayton has been an important part of that. We're able to really stand out among other employers within the broader St. Louis area to want to come to work here in Clayton. We love that it's so pet friendly for ourselves. We're right next to Shaw Park, and it's so easy to walk to the various restaurants. We have a lot of out-of-town visitors that come into our offices, and so we have a lot of great hotels that are able to service Clayton as well. And so we're so happy to be here in Clayton. It's been such an amazing home for ourselves. Thank you so much for everything you do for Clayton.
I'm Chuck Cohn. I'm the founder and CEO of Varsity Tutors. I started the company at WashU when I was a college student in 2007. And when it came time to open our first office, we opened it in Clayton on Maryland Avenue, 8000 Maryland Avenue. And it was the obvious location, proximity to the airport, great restaurants for lunch and dinner. You can walk around during the day. It's nice at night. There's wonderful parks. And it showed well for out-of-town visitors. And we were recruiting a big team here, and it was quite helpful to be in a really nice location.
All right, so in 2018, when Perimeter Solutions was formed, we were carved out of ICL, which was headquartered in Creve Coeur. And when it came time to looking for where we were going to headquarter Perimeter, there was no doubt in my mind it was going to be Clayton. We just love the energy and the vibe here. It's so consistent with the passion and the energy of our company that this was definitely the place we were going to go. Our employees here, they love the restaurants, the ability to get out at lunchtime and walk around, enjoy the parks, the hotels. I get comments all the time from our visitors about how much they love coming to visit our office here in Clayton, and how much they love the vibe here as well. I've been able to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. They do such a great job of supporting the business community, great events that bring all the people together. And just over the last few years, as we've grown, we've actually doubled our space here in Clayton. And you can see all the growth that's going on around us, and we're really looking forward to being part of that growth in the future.
Okay, very good. So actually, that's it. I really thank you for listening and being here today and a chance to communicate with you and have a dialogue. I'll be around for a while. We all will be, but to visit with you more if you'd like. If you have any questions right now, we'd be happy to entertain them. In fact, I'm just going to say, if you have questions, ask David. That was a cheap trick, wasn't it? Okay. So I'm going to move out from this spot. And I forgot one thing. I forgot to recognize one special guest, and that is Nisha Patel. Nisha is the president of our school district, the superintendent of our school district. Okay, are there questions? Kit?
Is the number of people that work in Clayton, let's say 3 years ago, and the number of people that are going to work in Clayton 3 years from now, the number of square feet you're adding is astounding.
Let me get my crystal ball out.
And now,
don't
I'm
have
not
that
asking
in.
a specific number. Is it going from 10,000 to 20, 20 to 50, or whatever the number is?
I don't really know. Gary Carter, do you have any thought on this?
The number that we used pre-pandemic was roughly 46,000 Clayton, and obviously the pandemic altered that with hybrid and slower return to work. So to answer your question, Kit, your guess is as good as ours on the future. But you know, you're talking close to almost 1 million more square feet, 500,000 in office space, and the rest in various hotels and apartments. So I'm not sure anyone has a good answer. You probably won't have that answer for another 3 years.
Thank you. Other questions? Paul?
Gary, what is your commercial
Right.
It's been probably a month since I last checked, but we were hovering around 87, 88%.
How does that compare to pre-pandemic?
We were at almost 95.
Other questions? Looks like David got off easy. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for coming. Enjoy some more cocktails and food if you like, and we will see you next year or before. Thank you.